So honestly, Monday felt like a Friday, and every day that I kept waking up this week, I was like, is it Friday? Is it Friday? But of course it wasn't Friday yet. Hey everyone, welcome back to aDashofMo. Today I'm going to be doing Q&A Sunday, and I will be giving y'all my week 8 medical school update. So the first question is, love your channel, keep it up. Thank you. I'm getting so excited watching your videos because I'm starting med school in February. Can you please show how you take notes on your iPad and how you organize them? So I have my iPad right here. I have all my classes organized like that. So that's how I organize my notes on my iPad. And usually what I'll do is I will download the notes from our school's website, and then I will put it on my Notability app, and then I will then take notes. And so usually for subjects like physiology, I really need to use the keyboard for those, but in other classes where I don't have to take as much information in at one time, I usually handwrite my notes in. So I type with the keyboard. Sorry if it's hard to see, but yeah, I'm just typing with the keyboard. So I type there, and then let's see if I just do some random words. I can also highlight stuff. Ooh, that's a really bad highlight, but yeah, you all get the gist. Like, I can highlight with my finger, and then also I can take my stylus and I can write my notes. So I can just, write as if I was writing with a pen on paper. And yeah, and it's really easy. But that is how I take my notes with my iPad, and that's how I organize it as well. So thank you for your question. The next one is, hey, well done on passing your exam. Thank you. Your videos are really helpful. I just wanted to ask how you keep yourself motivated to study on a daily basis. I struggle getting 2 to 3 hours done every day, and I feel it's making me behind on studying. By the way, I'm a pre-med in the UK. Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, thank you. And second of all, do not feel bad about studying 2 to 3 hours a day when you're just a pre-medical student. I did not study this much every day when I was in college, so don't feel bad about not studying this much because you're not in medical school yet, and you don't need to be, quite frankly, until you get into medical school. So I would say take it easy in college. If 2 to 3 hours isn't enough for you to get good grades, then you should just look into studying more effectively, but do not think for a second that you have to study 6 to 8 hours a day when you're just a pre-medical student. Like, don't overload yourself with that, because you should be, focusing on being a well-rounded student by getting involved in other activities, such as, keeping your grades up academic-wise, but also maybe taking part in leadership opportunities outside of classes. So you do not have to study 6 to 8 hours a day. That is going to burn you out when you're so young. So just take it easy. And I mean, the way I get through studying in general is honestly the fear of failing. So I don't want to fail, and I just want to do well because I want to be a good physician. So that's what really motivates me, is that tests are required just to show a measurement of competency to an extent. So I just want to prove that I want to be a good doctor, and I will be a good doctor if I do well and not fail. So that should be your motivation. Just keep thinking how great of a physician you want to be one day, and just think about your future and why you're doing this in the first place. So just really think about why you want to be a physician and why you're in school, and basically just think about what motivates you to do what you do every day. So good luck to you on that, and I'm sure you will find a way to motivate yourself and, just don't study 6 to 8 hours a day. So the next question is, how old are you? I am 22. And the next question is, thanks again for all your videos, so insightful. Thank you so much. How far in advance did you start studying for the MCATs, and what type of study material did you use? And do you have any tips that you found to be super helpful in studying for your pre-med courses? I use a whiteboard. It's great. That's awesome. We're total whiteboard buddies, and that's great. So I did put this in a video previously about my MCAT experience, so you should definitely check that out, but I will just go ahead and say right now that I studied for the MCAT just 2.5 months before I took it for the first time, but I did take the MCAT 3 times, so yeah, I started in May, and then I took an MCAT in August, and I took an MCAT in October, and I took an MCAT in September, so yes. And then what type of study material did I use? I used Princeton Review books, I used Kaplan books, I used Exam Cracker books, and the Exam Cracker's 1001 Questions verbal book really was a good source as well. And then do I have any tips that are super helpful studying for pre-med courses? Well, for me, it was printing out my notes and handwriting my notes during lecture, and then also flashcards is a big thing as well, and then my whiteboard. So writing things out really helped me to remember the information, but also just I wish that in my pre-med courses I not only wrote things down, but I also said them out loud, and then, well, you should be in class to hear the information as well. So just try and utilize all of those senses, tactile, like touching and, writing out stuff, hearing, auditory, and then, saying it yourself. So just make sure that you use all those modes of learning to help strengthen the information and to keep it in your head. So that's that. And the next question is, hey, love your videos, very helpful, thank you. What are you going to major in, and how many years of school do you have to do? So I know what specialty I want to go into, and it's pediatrics, so hopefully that doesn't change between now and when I graduate, but I definitely want to do pediatrics. The two subspecialties of pediatrics that I'm really interested in right now is neonatology and dermatology. So pediatrics right now is about a 2 to 3 year residency, and then if you want to subspecialize, that would be another 2 to 3 years, but it could vary depending on the program. So, and depending on what specialty I choose, either neonatology or dermatology, or it could be something else, who knows. But those are what I'm really passionate about right now. So I would have, I'm a first year right now, so I have 4 more years, and then I have another, let's say, I don't know, 6 to 8 more years after that. So it's going to be a long road ahead, but this is the only thing that I can imagine myself doing right now, so I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And the last question is, hey Mo, great video, thank you. I have a question for you. Recently, the AGCME and AOA merged their residency programs, and it is truly a huge step to opening more specialty programs to both MD and DO. Yes, I agree. So based on that statement, do you know if a DO would still have to take the USMLE in addition to COMLEX in order to apply to the AGCME programs, or do you think AGCME would accept COMLEX scores for their residency programs? Thanks. So, according to osteopathic.org, it says that there are actually 77% of ACGME accredited programs already accepting the COMLEX, and the COMLEX will always be the standardized test that people in DO schools have to take in order to graduate. So a huge majority of aCGME programs already accept the COMLEX, so it just truly depends on the residency program that you want to apply to and you know, what specialty you want to go into. So it really all depends. So I know for that other 23% of the aCGME accredited programs that don't take the COMLEX. Of course, you would have to take the USMLE, but a good majority of them do accept the COMLEX, and I'm going to have to take the COMLEX Step 1, 2, and 3, and I hope that answers your question. So if you do have any other questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section, or you can, follow me on social media and ask me there as well. But yes, that's what I know so far, and according to osteopathic.org. So hopefully that answers your question. So my week 8 medical school update. So I'm finally done with the 3-week spiel of tests, which I'm so grateful for, but then next week it starts again with anatomy starting us off, and then next week after that I have an integrated exam, and then the week after that is my fall break, so I'm so excited to be going back home, and I'm just counting down the days and I get to be back home in Houston, and I'm just so excited for that. And so today, or not today, but let's backtrack to Monday. I took my integrated exam, and yes, surprisingly I wasn't tired. We had 138 questions, so I wasn't tired after taking the exam. It was just mentally exhausting because some of the physiology questions were extremely difficult, and I was just so nervous that I didn't do well, but luckily I was okay, thank goodness. But we just had a test on Monday, our integrated. We had a histology practical, which was like 35 questions. It was about an hour long. So from 11ish, we had to be in class by 11, and then we finished around like 12:45ish because we had 35 questions and our professor timed us a minute for each question. And then we had a lunch break for an hour, and then we had our test from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So that test consisted of doctoring skills, histology, and then physiology, and then biochemistry. So that, yeah. And then after Monday, I had class like usual from Tuesday to Friday, and it was exciting because we all, a lot of my classmates were planning to go to New Orleans for the weekend so that we can just, forget about school just for a few days and have fun. So that was very motivating to end the week like that. So honestly, Monday felt like a Friday, and every day that I kept waking up this week, I was like, is it Friday? Is it Friday? But of course it wasn't Friday yet until it was actually Friday. And let's see, I was really happy because I kind of got to take it easy this week. So I didn't have any exams to prepare for. So I watched, my boyfriend came to town and we watched The Scorch Trials, which is the sequel to Maze Runner, and I really liked that movie. It was really good. If you haven't already seen it, I highly suggest it. And then on Friday, left for New Orleans, and I had a great time with my medical school friends and classmates. It was so fun. And then the weekend was just relaxing. And honestly, I didn't get as much studying done as I would have liked to, but I am going to kick it up into high gear soon. I have to, there is no choice, so that I can survive anatomy, because my anatomy test is coming up. So hopefully all goes well with that, but that's basically what happened during week 8, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on social media. I did Snapchat a little bit over this weekend, so if you want to see what I'm up to when I'm not studying, like I rarely Snapchat when I study, so if you want to see what I'm up to, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, and Twitter as well. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I put up new videos every week. And that's it. So I'll just see y'all next week. Bye.